Hi, I'm Preeti Fernando. If you are the president of a bank, the CEO, or you're on the board, make sure your bank manager is emotionally intelligent. Here's why. If you oversee banks, you work in HR, you're the president of a bank, or you are about to hire a new branch manager for one of your banks, make sure they're emotionally intelligent. Yes, they may have all the educational qualifications and then some, and they have all the credentials and impeccable references. Yet, if they lack this one quality, if they lack emotional intelligence, that branch is likely to suffer. Customers are likely to close their accounts, or they may have their accounts, but you may not see that bank grow in their membership with customers. Here's the why of it. Why is it important to make sure that your bank manager is emotionally intelligent? Here's why. Handling money is all about people, trust, people skills, and people get extremely sensitive when it comes to their money, likely so and rightly so. The first reason. Emotionally intelligent bank managers detect customer dissatisfaction early on than later on. Dissatisfied customers typically don't share their dissatisfaction verbally and openly until it is too late and they have already made up their minds about it. After they have made up their mind, it's very difficult to bring them back in. Once customer dissatisfaction takes deep mental root, you cannot find a strong enough crowbar to uproot it, by which time it may be too late. An emotionally intelligent bank manager intervenes right on time before it takes deep root. They are attuned to their own emotions as well as the emotions of that dissatisfied customer. They can read that dissatisfied customer through body language. How is the customer's face when they walk out of the bank, when they walk in? They read all those emotion cues early on than later on, and they take early action. They will take the right and effective steps to turn that dissatisfied customer into a highly satisfied customer. How? They might approach that customer and be extra friendly the next time that customer walks in. They might earn the trust of that customer. They might come out from behind the desk and say, "Hey, can I get you a cup of coffee?" It might be just a cup of coffee. That's a step towards getting that customer back in and making that shift from customer dissatisfaction to customer satisfaction. That's how emotional intelligence plays out when you're dealing with a dissatisfied customer at your bank and the bank manager is emotionally intelligent. Second, they're nice. Whenever someone takes a loan from your bank, deposits money, does a refi with you, they're entrusting their hard earned, blood, sweat earned dollars with you. They're dropping off their kid at daycare at 6 in the morning to drive 2 hours to work at a job that they detest with a passion, where the boss rips them apart and the boss treats them like dirt. They're doing that to earn $100 a day to be able to pay for their daycare, to be able to pay for their rent. And they're bringing that money to you, to your bank. So be nice. They're entrusting their money with you. You're receiving a gift from that customer, and they're saying, take care of my money. Treat them nicely. Especially when it comes to money, people get extremely sensitive. People want to be nicely treated by their banks. This is a fundamental truth. Why give their blood, sweat earned money to a bank manager who treats them poorly, who is indifferent to them? Why? Being nice is a sign of being emotionally intelligent. People like to do business with people who are nice. Ultimately, they are doing business with a person, not a bank. It's a person behind the bank. No matter what advanced degrees your bank manager may have, if your bank manager is not emotionally intelligent and does not treat every customer like $1 million, that branch is going to lag behind or eventually shut down. They're caring. People want to feel like the manager cares about their money. A manager who truly shows they care about their customer and how they handle their customers' money in a sincere way will win any day than a manager who shows lack of caring. Fourth is they can salvage a lost customer. An emotionally intelligent manager can salvage and transform a lost customer. It might be someone who closed their bank account. It takes an emotionally intelligent person, a bank manager, to get that customer back in. They can make that customer so loyal that that customer brings in new referrals at $0. They can transform angry customers into loyal customers simply by the way they talk, they handle that problem with sensitivity, and most of all, how they make a person feel. Always remember the fifth point. People may forget what you said or what you did. People rarely forget how you made them feel. People 5 years later, 10 years later, they might forget what you did, what you said, your word choice. They might forget all that, but they rarely forget how you made them feel. An emotionally intelligent bank manager is always attuned to that. How am I making this customer feeling? How am I making this staff member feeling? An emotionally intelligent bank manager tries to make the customer feel good, even in the midst of conflict. They have superb people skills. Ultimately, it's all about relationships. When a customer walks in with the staff, when you're talking with the bank manager is talking to a staff member, it's all about relationships. Especially with AI making customers feel like robots, it takes an emotionally intelligent bank manager to go on overdrive to make every customer and staff member feel important and special. Emotionally intelligent people, the seventh point. The emotionally intelligent bank manager assumes every person who walks in through those doors at the bank, or who calls, or who is doing an online transaction, every person is wearing a flashing neon sign that says, "Make me feel important, make me feel special." It's an invisible sign. It doesn't matter whether that person's check just bounced. It doesn't matter if they have been charged multiple times for insufficient funds. It's not the amount in the bank. It doesn't matter whether they have $0, $10, or $10 billion in your bank. It's about how they're made to feel. An emotionally intelligent person assumes that every person is wearing a flashing neon sign that says, "Make me feel important, make me feel special." These are 7 reasons why, if you are if you are the president of a bank, or you're on the board, you're the CEO, or you oversee the hiring of bank managers, make sure, apart from the educational qualifications and great references and integrity, make sure that that bank manager is emotionally intelligent. Are you a banking chain? Are you a financial institution looking for someone like Preeti to do an emotional intelligence training for your staff or your bank managers? Please visit my website at preethifernando, preetifernando.com. Join me on LinkedIn. Thank you.